Hey people, injured here to VV3 Faction War. This is the Angstrom Heights and Space Marines versus Chaos Space Marines. For the blue Space Marine team we have Katla with a Force Commander. Fighting in melee, can lead the line with strong support and disruption. The Black Templars elite scheme here, recoloured grey. Alongside Local Ghost Your Orders. I'm not sure if this is Local Ghost or if it's Double Check Your Orders or if they were the same player all along. But it is a Techmarine starting in ranged combat. Putting out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. The Salamanders elite scheme, going to see a Doombolts. Scouts were not a fan, lost half of their health almost. And rounding off this blue Space Marine team is Overtly Gemerous as an Apothecary. Support hero that fights in melee by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Red Chaos Omega with a Plague Champion. Starts off in ranged combat with the damage of a timed bolt gun, can get melee weapons with strong utility and support the Death Guard elite scheme. Alongside Draktan's Chaos Sorcerer, who's fleeing already. Strong battlefield manipulation and control. Awesome disruption and the Word Bearers elite, the DLC here. Rounding off the Chaos team is the Tenso with a Chaos Lord. Durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption. Smacking up some Marines with a Kill the Weak there. Looks like we have Black Legion colours, but no Black Legion badge. It must be a custom badge that I'm not allowed to see. Double CSM for Draktan. They should be able to push through here with just Scouts and Tactical Marines. Scouts can't really do a whole lot unless they get their shotguns, and even if they do, against two players like this, having to expose yourself to use the shotguns could be very painful. Force Commander has to flee. Heretics should be okay. Looks like it's double CSM also for Omega. A little bit late with that second CSM squad, maybe they built some power or something. Can the Chaos players get straight onto the enemy power here? It's over there. Apothecary is most likely just going to stand around and shoot with his pistol. I don't think he's going to get into melee. Yep, just stand behind the tank traps and pistol stuff. Here comes Aspiring Champion Heretics. Now don't Doom Blast. Oh, Purification Rites. It was planned all along. Oh, they Doom Blasted. Don't Doom Blast a single entity, especially if they're not even moving. He wasn't even trying to move, just fight. The Tactical Marines there popping their Kraken bolts for 20% more damage to heavy infantry, and then of course shooting the Heretics. I guess they just wanted to shoot them, eh? Apothecary goes down, but should get revived quite easily from there. Strange play though from Overtly Gemerous to just like take the death. Maybe they figured they'll easily be revived, but still, maybe you should have just run after you got your Purification Rites heal off. Tactical Marines dropping health pretty fast. With double CSM here, that's going to be quite frightening very early on. I just heard some noise Marines, that was the Tenso. That sonic blaster that can shake structures apart and disable ranged weapons. Double Tactical Marines here for Katla. Double Tactical Marines for Local Ghost Your Orders. I don't know which one of the two it is, or if it's both of them. I'm just going to say the whole name. Force Commander gets in there with a battle cry. Noise Marine is still looking to sonic blast some Tactical Marines. Meanwhile, they are indeed on the power. Techmarine barely gets away. Looks like he revived the Apothecary. Yeah, if all these guys had their Eternal War, they'd be able to shoot down an enemy level 1 hero pretty damn fast. As it stands though, they're doing some good power bashing. Oh, Sorcerer went for a decap and found a node. Overtly Gemerous trying to defend, but it's tough. With single Tactical Marines, got a full bash, I think. Yep. Maybe they can bash the node again. Not really using cover super well here, the Chaos Space Marines. That's a good Doom Blast, though. These guys need to be careful. Overtly Gemerous are taking his eyes off them, and down they go. Where are the Scouts? Oh, look, they were microing over here. Noise Marines on the way for Draktan. Rough start for Space Marines, but we know how strong they can come later on. They're bashing a node again. Is that the third node bash? Are you going to decap it this time, fellas? Maybe. Move something right next to it. There's some Corn Worship for the +2 speed. Double Noise Marines for the Tenso. Super fun. Look at that. They really pump out some unexpected damage when you get double Noise Marines. Can catch a lot of players off guard, though. They're going to fight two of them here, because here comes Local Ghost Your Orders. Overtly Gemerous. Not sure what they're going to do. Are they going to replace those Tactical Marines? Don't really have the requisition for it. Grenade misses. Lots of bolter fire though, including lots of Kraken bolts. Forces off one of the Noise Marine squad. They did drop a Model 2 Katla with Assault Marines on the way. No attempt to replace the scouts yet. Overtly Gemerous only working with scouts at the moment. Looks like Katla's gone for the Chainsword and Storm Shield. And Artificer, tanky and supportive. Techmarine, no war gear yet. Chaos Lord does get away. Any war gear on the Chaos fellas? No. Apothecary does have customized Stormbolter. And no other units on the field. Guess they're waiting for... I thought they'd maybe push out some Devastators or something. They have actually just stolen the power now. And they're now bashing this. They're going to steal it, I think. Yeah, looks like they're going to steal it. Oh, maybe not. Noise Marines of Draktan are bashing. And I think that's the right thing to do. You've shut down this power. And you're not quite as mobile as the scouts and stuff. Don't try and hold that one too. Although their own power's getting decapped by the Force Commander here. Noise Marines aren't great at dealing damage to single entities as you'd expect with an area of effect weapon. Assault Squad getting in there. Defend up from the Force Commander. Very determined to get this decap. Full power bash too. The Tenso was fighting against two there for quite a while. But now they're getting help, are they? Yes, Omega's here. Kind of. Just some heretics, I think. Double heretics on those Assault Marines. Need to be careful. They can't jump away. Don't have the energy for it. And defend does not help you against melee. Look at the damage they took. Sloppy there from Katla, especially if they all go down. So close, 1 hit point. They do go down. That Doom Blast did it, you know. Well played, the Tenso. A clutch Doom Blast, or was it Omega's Doom Blast? I'm not sure. But they got the job done. Katla drops their Assault Marines, and they're not happy. Kept them in play way too long against double heretics, with no way to jump out. 353 to 405. Apothecary levels to 2 and says screw it, let's just go tier 2 now. With just scouts. Looks like they've already purchased something there. Maybe a Razorback. 2-to-1 cap for the Chaos team. They've looked pretty strong so far. But they did get their power bash down there quite hard. Even got it capped, I think. 341 to 405. The Tenso now sweeping across the map towards the enemy power. Looks like a drop pod came in for Katla, dropping some more Tactical Marines. Force Commander goes after some Noise Marines here. Then battle cries some heretics. Going to be persuaded to leave soon, but here comes triple Tactical Marines. Shut down quite hard though by double Noise Marines, eh? We'll see how it goes. They are tearing through those heretics, that's for sure. CSM getting into melee. Generally better in melee against than Tactical Marines, but the Tactical Marines can pop the Kraken bolts, which does affect their melee damage. Apothecary being shut down by Noise Marines as well. Scouts on the lurk. Gonna try and grenade some Noise Marines here. Nope, just shotgun blasting them then. And a cacophony there. Triple cap for the Chaos Space Marines. Overtly Gemerous with Plasma Cannon on the way. I was not expecting that. And more Plasma Cannon. Devastators up for LocalghostUrOrders in tier 2. Nothing yet in tier 2 for the Chaos Space Marines. Look at the resources that Omega has. Are they going straight through tier 3 here? I think they should, but they go for a Dreadnought. They got tempted by a Dreadnought. Looks like it's double Blastmasters for the Tenso. With some Khorne worship there. Turns them into an artillery unit that have to set up like this. Not great at hitting units that are running. And might just do some friendly fire. Yes, they did indeed. Do a whole bunch of friendly fire there. Skills. 216 to 405, sorry. Might get their power bashed again here. Although with the Blastmasters, not quite as good at bashing that power. Chaos Lord using Drain Life with the Mantle of Hate. Because, you know, he hates Force Commanders. Drop pod is being smacked around too. Speaking of drop pods, it's another one. Delivering some Tactical Marines in behind the double Blastmasters, but heretics are right there, as are the CSM, to get into melee. These Tacs need to be careful. Scouts trying to support. Well-timed shotgun blast, but not sure they can stay there. Plasma cannon gets a shot. Wasn't clean. We do have a plasma gun Techmarine, and that thing spews out insane damage. 69 plasma DPS for 10 seconds when it uses overcharge is pretty nuts. Is the Chaos Dreadnought with the Death Guard scheme. Looking quite portly. Drain life now on the Techmarine, who's level 3. Certainly shot a lot of stuff. Force Commander also levels to 3. Killed a Chaos Space Marine too. Space Marines starting to edge their way back in, but they still don't have control over this power. Dreadnought tearing apart some Devastators. Local Ghost Your Orders is going to lose them. I wasn't paying attention. They do have a lot of Marines to look after here. These guys are still out in the field. We've got Bloodletters now for Omega. Demons with power melee weapons will make very short work of any Marines that they find pretty much. Drop pod. This drop pod is still here unless it's the second one in exactly the same place. Speaking of Marines, Katla's got Stern Guard and double attacks with plasmas. It's a lot of damage output potentially. Sword of Flame up on the Chaos Sorcerer. That was a pretty good shot. One of the tactical Marines died. Bloodletters just took out a drop pod. I assume you get XP for that. They have some XP, that's for sure. Uh-oh. Local Ghost Your Orders now dropping some Marines, and those guys had a plasma gun. Also, the Techmarine went down. Heretics really doing some work for Omega. How are they still only level 1 and then they get blown up by one of the allied Blastmasters? Of course they do. Dreadnought's done really well too. They haven't responded to it at all, really. Another Drain Life, and the Blood Maul up for the Chaos Lord. Mantle of Hate's in there. Force Commander now has the Sacred Standard. Getting their power bash though. Omega still has... Sorry, this is Draktan. Still has the Sonic Blaster on the Noise Marines. 159 to 378. Awesome shot on the Plasma Cannon devs. What is this though? This is overtly Gemerous. Trying to power bash with a Apothecary. Didn't work out great. I mean, got half the health of the node. Scout's got the cap on the VP too. Overtly Gemerous just kind of ignoring this fight down here with the Apothecary. That's a really effective Doom Bolts, bloody hell. That was pretty strong. Blastmaster making life really annoying for those tactical Marines. I'll say annoying. Drain life again, this time on a tactical Marine, which killed him. More generators. 159 to 354. Space Marines up against it. Assault Marines now on the way for Local Ghost Your Orders. But it's tier 3 for Draktan. Not sure why that guy fell into the air. That was weird. Did he get hit by a plasma cannon or something? Force Commander mixing it up. Doesn't have a lot of support though. Oh, here we go. Stone Guard veterans are here using their Hellfire rounds to shoot at heretics. Give him some acid. Chaos Sorcerer can tie them up now. There he goes. That's a cannon. Couldn't quite get the hit. Blastmasters need to be careful. Heretics coming to that central VP. The Dreadnought's here, level 2. Did not get a mark for this guy, but he's done well. Has done well. Especially with loads of plasma cannon, sorry, plasma gun tactical Marines. It's quite easy for him to do well, I suppose. There's the orb. And I saw missiles. Oh, that was just the Hunter Killer. Can they finish it off with plasma? Maybe? Maybe. Oh, Melter Gun now. They should be able to finish it. There we go. Did not even bother to move. 146 to 320. A Shrine to Nurgle is up from Omega. Blastmasters continue to be really annoying. Quite effective on this map, having a bunch of artillery setup teams like in this area. Sees a lot of foot traffic, and there's not a lot of room to move once they start firing. Can cover this whole area pretty much. There's that shrine being worshipped, which means you can now reinforce off it. Continues to try and bash power here, Katla. But I think maybe you need to focus on the VPs. Gonna get a decap. while they eat Blast Master hits. I mean, economically speaking, is this worth it? Yeah, you're bashing gens, but you're also losing Marines. That guy's shooting at nothing. Are you not going to shoot these fellas? They're really bunched up for you too. Did they not quite have vision of them? They must have had vision. Right? Maybe not. Well, they're running anyway. There are the bloodletters. Did they level up? Not quite. 124 to 314. Somehow the Space Marines are kind of still in it a bit. Overtly Gemerous harassing the hell out of this VP. Plague Champions level 3 there, just shooting up some scouts. They are not capping because of the whirlwind. Got some Mark of Zinc CSM now for Omega. Force Commander really is tanking those shots really well. Just has no support. A heal there keeps the Plasma Cannon devs alive. Apothecary's got level 4, also has Armor of the Apothecary, and unfortunately they only have 2 units on the field. They've gone straight to tier 3. And Terminator's hit the field. Bloodletter's taken out. Omega all of a sudden down to 2 units. Yeah, looks like some friendly fire maybe from the Tenso. Bashing power at the top is Local Ghost and Overtly Gemerous. Those Marines don't seem to be super interested, but the Plague Champion goes down. Space Marines are going to get a 2-to-1 cap, I think. Maybe better if the whirlwind can hit its target. Nope. Sorcerer is able to finish that cap. Techmarine level 4 throws out the overcharged plasma. And if they hit, it's really painful. Pretty damn effective there. Took half of his hit points away. Got some Chaos Terminators now for Draktan. Cyclone Missile Launcher for Overtly Gemerous. Any sign of an upgrade? No, doesn't have the requisition for it. Tier 3 now for Local Ghost. How did they get tier 3? The Space Marine players. How many times did their power get bashed? I guess they didn't really get anything out in tier 2, did they? Just Plasma Cannon devs and a whirlwind. And some upgrades and stuff. Didn't really dump a lot of power into anything. 124, 262 double cap here for the Space Marines. Somehow down goes the Techmarine note. Yeah, didn't see exactly what happened to Omega's army, but it seems like friendly fire had something to do with it. They got some Chaos Terminators of their own. No upgrades for those guys yet. Force Commander continues to be a massive pain in the ass. Just walks into the back line. It is so tanky with Artificer and the Storm Shield. More Chaos Terminators now. Each player has one. Don't think any of them have an upgrade yet. Nope. Force Commander. As soon as I say the Force Commander is super tanky and effective, they fall over. Of course they do. Big shot from the Blastmaster. Wow, killed 3 Marines. That is value. Well done, fellas. Can they hit the whirlwind from there? They can. Big chunk of damage too. Assault Terminators on the field now for Katla. With those Storm Shields and Thunderhammers 107 to 238. Terminators everywhere all of a sudden. Claws on the way for the Tenso. Claws on the way also for Draktan. Bad news for the Loyalist Terminators. 97 to 238. And the Whirlwind can't knock over Terminators, so they'll be able to cap the mid. The Chaos Lord as well would also be able to cap the mid. Mirror the Stern Guard, they are level 2. Might want to load in those Vengeance rounds for the enemy Terminators, eh? Plasma Cannon, oh, with a good shot. Is that a new shrine or is that the same one? This stuff can all reinforce off it and heal up as well. But the Plasma is taking dents out of those Chaos Terminators, really is. Are they close enough to get the heal? I don't think they were. Oh, a little bit. Those two were. Trying to get the cap, but it's a bad idea, guys. You're going to take so much damage doing this. It's not worth it. It's not worth trying to do it now. Is that a Venerable Dreadnought? It is. A Venerable Dreadnought dropped in from LocalghostUrOrders. And they are pushing. Space Marines pushing back. 75 to 238. Gonna make very short work of the shrine, thanks to the Cyclone missile launcher. And these Lightning Claw Terminators don't really want to fight a Venerable Dreadnought. Their power melee won't be able to slice through it super effectively. And look how effective the Venerable Dreadnought was then. Kicking off down here. So Marco Zinc CSM, we do have Lightning Claws for Katla's Assault Terminators now. Chaos Lord level 5 with the Icon of Corn. Mincing stuff with his own Terminators. But here comes that Plasma. It's a lot of Plasma. Sorcerer does have Tomes of Subjugation. Overtly Gemerous has lost their own Terminators. I guess they lost them to the Tenso. Moving up there. Not sure. But they're down to just Plasma devs. Land Raider Redeemer on the way. So is a Chaos Predator for Omega. Whirlwind was dealt with. Plasma Cannon, I guess, helping out. It hit both Loyalist and Chaos Terminators, but the Chaos Terminators came off worse. And there's the Tome of Subjugation on the Terminator Assault Squad. Oh geez. Into allied Tactical Marines, and they tore them apart. You get a damage buff. I think it's like a 25% damage buff when you're subjugated like that. And that was just insane damage. I don't think that was even a second once they got onto those Tactical Marines. But you know what? Space Marines coming back. Back into the mid. 69 to 197. Venerable Dreadnought got itself into a whole bunch of trouble. Blessing on the Omnicize going on, but it's not enough to keep it alive. Drawing a bunch of fire. Getting some extra attacks in, but this is stoicism and it's going to wear off. There it goes. Lightning Claw Assault Terminators go after the shrine again. I think it's like the third shrine that's been put there. Then you have to teleport away. And there's Malignant Blindness from the Chaos Lord. Apothecary level 7. Having a big influence now with the armor of the Apothecary. They need to focus that guy down if they can. I always say it when there's a high level Apothecary in a 3v3. They can do so much with that armor of the Apothecarian. And the Land Raider Redeemer is going mid. And Space Marines do have it. Might have to sacrifice some health, yeah, just to get a decap at least, maybe. Heretics get a Doom Blast and run. There's the decap. Are they going to try and get in the cap as well? Predator doesn't have a mark yet. Here comes some more scouts for Overtly Gemerous to help repair the Land Raider, perhaps. And also to go after this VP. 64, 176. Chainsword Force Commander going after Terminators there. I mean, I'm sure it helped. I'm sure they were very afraid of his Chainsword. Got the cap. Is that going to be enough? They don't have huge armies, but they have powerful armies, the Chaos Space Marines. Plague Champions had enough of shooting stuff. Gone for the Plague Fist and the Armor of Pestilence. Land Raider acting as a retreat point for the Space Marines, which allows them to reinforce off it, even duck inside. Any sign of a nuke? Omega could use one. Yeah, I say don't push against the Land Raider. Look how much stuff is here. Don't need to push against it. Try and separate the units from it. There we go. They have to come mid to cap it. But look at this. The Apothecary is on the VP, using his sprinting ways from the armor of Apothecarian. Gets it done. Actually got it capped. Now it's Terminators to go after it again. Probably going to eat a grenade. Oh, he actually bothered to dodge it. There you go. Draktan is just going to fight them. Full auto stunning a Terminator. Well, there you go. I guess it didn't help against the other two. Heal goes in. Having to devote a lot to just these two units here to get them away. There's the Chains of Torment. Having to flee. Apothecary is going to go down. Stayed in play there too long. Did so well. And then loses the Apothecary kind of needlessly. As soon as that Chains went in, should have just retreated those guys, I think. Another Chaos Predator on the way for the Tenso, and Draktan with a Chaos Dreadnought going for Marco Zinch to help go after that Land Raider, I guess. Speaking of Predators, here's one with a Las Cannon. Drain life on the Force Commander. He didn't seem too bothered by it this time. This was kind of whatever. Chaos Lord goes after him with that Blood Maul. It's not a power weapon, but it does a lot of regular melee damage. Also gets that heal on hit. Knights Marines are level 4 with that Blast Master. Mark of Khorne on the Predator tank. Lightning Claw Terminators, Chaos Terminators that is, finding some things to demoralize, and there's an Imperial Abyss from Draktan. Pretty effective one. Another one from Tenso. Wow. Wow, that's GG right there. LocalghostUrOrders just lost their entire army from that double nuke, and the others didn't do too great off it. Yep, I think it was mainly the Tenso's nuke that did the heavy lifting there. Down to 19 VPs, another Imperial Abyss from Omega, and because they're subjugated, they're not going to take any damage from it. You are damage immune, I believe, when you are subjugated, to prevent stuff like that. Unavoidable nukes. But they did use their teleport, so they're in trouble. Big trouble, not that they have the VPs. Katla with more Terminators. In fact, that was the second squad and they went down. And there is the game. Chaos looked pretty strong, but Space Marine just kept themselves in it. A lot of it was overtly Gemerous harassing the VP over here using the scouts. Really good scout user, generally speaking. Overtly Gemerous. Generally speaking? Aha. Level 7 Plague Champion. We had a level 5 Sorcerer down at the end. Level 8 Chaos Lord. He seemed like he had a lot of fun. Force Commander level 5. Did well actually, I think. Just didn't have a lot of support. A lot of the lacking support was their own army that, you know, died often. But they all did on the blue team. Had a rough time. Stayed in way more than I thought. I mean, got them down to 140 VPs there. Pretty nuts. But a little bit more mobile. I guess maybe they could have avoided that by putting something in the garrison here. A Blast Master or something. Although, might have got grenaded and stuff. Well, there you have it. Chaos Space Marines, take it. Thank you for watching, guys. Big thanks to these players for taking part, and Impregnable for hosting such events. I'll see you next time.